Hello, all of you. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So last time we were doing this problem of finding out x star by using different method. So I gave you this particular problem. We already solved one problem, and this was the second problem. I told you to draw this and then this final figure, and then we'll solve next time. Okay. So these are the three questions. First input graph, this is second input graph, and this is third input graph. Then we finally, whether I gave you or not this one, this question I gave you last time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whether all of you tried to solve this, you got any answer? Or let's try to solve this one. So what I'll do, I'll just do this. Or let's paste over here only. Yeah. So we have divided this into a number of areas. For example, if you see this is first, second, third, then this smaller triangle is there. This is fourth one, then fifth, sixth. This is the seventh one. Okay, top one, this one, triangle, and this is rectangle is there, eighth, and this is the ninth one, a triangle like this. So I hope all of you must have drawn this marking, okay, and divided into all these set of 9 areas. Now it's up to you. I told you that you can draw in any way, that doesn't matter. But for checking the answer and so that everybody's answer should remain the same and we can match also. So you just divide all the areas exactly in the similar way, the way I have divided. Now I told you we will make the table and we'll try to calculate the areas of each and every sections. Okay, so let's go there. So we will make the columns like this. First we will going to solve by the centroid method. So this one will be the area number, first column, second will be the area, third will be the x bar, and fourth will be a x bar. So we're going to multiply area by x. Okay, now what we will do, there is one thing is there. For example, when we try to draw this all this superimposed graph over here, if you see this line and this line are intersecting somewhere, okay, at this particular point. So at this point the both the lines are intersecting each other, so we have to determine the intersection point. Now how to determine the intersection point, we should know, we should have the data of this particular line. So the data of this line is what I think this is at point 3, right? So this line must be y equal to point 0.3. Just check it whether this line is y equal to point 0.3.
Yes, sir. Point three.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this another line is this line. What is the equation for this particular line? Anybody? What is the equation for this line?
So that is 0.5 only.
This line?
Y is equal to x minus
This one,
3.
0.5. Y equal to x minus 3. This is the equation, right? Okay. So what we can do, if we want to
No,
determine,
sir.
if
I
we,
guess that is the equation, but I'm not sure. I have to just solve it once, and then only I can say it for sure.
acha, equation is not given, so you will have to find out, right? So you
Yes,
will have to
sir.
determine the equation. Okay. So I think this line is there and the intersection of this particular line. So you will have to find out, for example, the points for this particular point is what, 3 comma 0. Okay, this point is 3 comma 0, and the above one is what, it's 4 comma 0.5. So if you want, you can use 2-point form and you can calculate the equation for this particular line, right? And another method is, this is the increasing line. So what you can do, you can directly subtract from this particular point x minus 3 divided by 1. Okay, by this method here, it will not come because you have to do in terms of y. So just see whether x minus 3 divided by 1 equal to y. Yeah, y equal to x minus 3, whether you are getting the same. Y equal to x minus 3. Let's plot. Let's plot this. This is the point. So 3 comma 0. And the final point is this one. So this is 4 comma 0.5. So we have 2 points, 4 comma 0 and 4 comma 0.5 and 3 comma 0. So let's take this one as x1, y1, this one as x2, y2. So y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1 equal to y minus y1 upon x minus x1. So y2 minus y1 is nothing but your 0.5 minus y1 is 0 divided by x2 minus x1. So x2 is your 4 minus x1 3 equal to y minus y1. So y minus y1 is what? 0. X minus x1. x1 is what? 3. Y equal to 0.5. 1. Okay. X minus 3. The amplitude is over here 0.5. Normally we have one amplitude in our normal problem. Okay. The direct method which I told you. So this multiplication factor will come. So this will be the equation now. Y equal to 0.5 x minus 3. Now first point is what? Y equal to 0.3. So I'll substitute this y equal to 0.3 in this particular equation. So y equal to 0.3 equal to 0.5 x minus 3. So this will be 3 by 5 equal to x minus 3. So x will be 3 by 5 plus 3. So this will be 18 upon
3.6.
5. So this is you can divide it. So 3 3.6, yeah. So 3.6 we got. Which point? We got this intersection point as what? The x point is 3.6 and y point is 0.5. 3.6 and 0.5. So this is the intersection point. Which one?
So
This intersection.
3.6 and
Yeah.
0.3, na?
3.6 is x coordinate and y coordinate is what?
0.3.
0.3. So what I wrote?
0.5.
0.5. Okay, sorry. 0.3. 3.6 and 0.3. So this point I have determined. Okay. 3.6 and 0.3. So that means the x coordinate of this particular is what? 3.6. That's what I marked over here. Now in the similar way, we have to find out the intersection point for this particular point. Okay, for this point. So try to find out. So you know the equation for this particular line is what? Y equal to 0.5. Okay, because this line is constant. This line is constant. So it's a y equal to 0.5. And this line equation you will have to again determine. So just check it. Now for this particular you can directly also calculate because the amplitude is 1 only. So now for this one, x minus, this line is still where? 5. Let me check. Yeah, this one. So x minus 5 upon 1. So that means y equal to x minus 5. The equation for this line will be y equal to x minus 5. Just check it. This is 1. And second is what? Y equal to 0.5. So I will substitute this inside this. So this will become y equal to 5.5. Sorry, x equal to 5.5. So whether we have this, yeah, 5.5. So we got x coordinate as what? 5.5 and y coordinate as 0.5. Okay, y coordinate is 0.5. Whether all of you understood how we are determining the intersection point? If anybody is having doubt, please ask me.
Sir, can you repeat it
Anybody
once
has
again?
doubt?
Sir, how did you take the
Uh,
slope as 1 directly? We need to find the slope first and then solve it, right?
So there are multiple methods you can solve. For example, this I'm calculating by 2-point form. The 2-point form, I am using this particular formula. Y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 is equal to y minus y1 upon x minus x1. So if we are having 2 points of a line, you can find out the equation for this line. So if this is your coordinate x1 comma y1, okay, and this point is x2 y2, then you can easily find out the equation for this particular line. Clear? And another method which I taught you, that increasing line and decreasing line. So by using that method also you can find out. For example, let's say this point is 5 and it's going till here. This is 1. Okay. This is 1, and downward side it's 6 over here. So for this line, I'm sorry, this is like this. Okay, this is 6. So yeah, it's like this 6. So now I told you that you can, if this is increasing line, you can subtract from that variable. This variable is x. So x minus 5 divided by this particular range. Till what range this line is there? So 6 minus 5, 1, and this has to be y equal to. Okay. And the
Okay, sir.
previous part here we had 0.5. So we supposed to write over there 0.5. So we have to multiply by that. Okay. So the
Okay,
amplitude
sir.
over here is what? Entire thing, this one is multiplied by 1. But in the previous question, it was multiplied by 0.5. Or if you're not understanding this, you can simply calculate what? By 2-point form, you can just calculate it. So whatever method you want, you can just directly calculate by that. But I want the intersection point, that's it. So after determining this intersection point, our job is done. Now we can try to fill out the entire table. So let's go to the table. Okay. So first is what? A triangle. So let's see. So this triangle, the first is this triangle. Now for this particular triangle, okay. So for this triangle, we have to calculate first the area. So area will be what? 1/2 into base into height, right? So calculate that. This is 1 unit, and this is what I think it must be 0.3, because this side is 0.3. So this will be 0.3 into 1, 1/2, 0.3 into 1. So this will be the area. Then after calculating that, you are supposed to determine the x bar, that is the centroid point. So x bar will be given by what? X1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3. So you need 3 coordinates of that particular triangle. So the first coordinate is what? This is 0, 0. The first one is 0, 0. The second one is what? 1, 0. Okay. The second coordinate is 1, 0. And this third coordinate is what? 1, 0.3. 1, 0.3. So now just substitute. So the first point is 0 plus the second one is 3 plus 3, right? Again, the third point over here, 3, 0.3. Sorry. This is 1, 0.
Yes, sir.
1, 0, and this is 1, 0.3. So this has to be 1 plus 1 divided by 3. So 2/3. So it will come in 0.666 something. Okay. So just multiply by that. So here it's approximated at this particular point. You can take till 4 values, and the fourth values you can approximate. So like 0.6667, like this you can do, and just multiply both the values. So here 1/2 into 0.3 into 1, so you will get 0.15 multiplied by 0.67. So you will get AX bar as what? 0.1005, something like this. So just calculate. So you have to make columns. The first column is area number. Second, by using the formula, you have to calculate the area. Third one, you have to calculate the X bar. And the last column where you will multiply X bar and area. All of you do properly, and don't worry, if you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime.
Sir, can you repeat that rising method that you used to find the equation?
Okay. Suppose I am having a line like this. Okay. Zero, 10, 20. X. So suppose I want to find out the equation for this particular line and this line. So if we want to find out the equation for this line, this is an increasing line and this is a decreasing line. Okay. So whenever it's an increasing line, you always subtract from the variable. So this x is a variable over here, x-axis. So what you can do, x minus the lower limit, x minus 0 x minus 0 divided by what is the range for that particular line. So range is this one, 10 minus 0. So I'll write here 10 minus 0. Okay, and here it should be y equal to, but this should be multiplied by, which I didn't tell you at that time. This has to be multiplied by the amplitude over here. So here it's 1 only. So that's why no need to multiply. But if it is whatever 0.5, 0.3, you can multiply by that constant, that amplitude. Whether you understood how to write the equation for increasing line. If it is the increasing line, whatever is the x-axis, okay, just take that variable and subtract this lower limit minus the range of that particular line. Similarly, if you want to write the equation for a decreasing line, then just observe the lower point. So if this is the lower point is 20, what you can do, 20 minus and subtract the variable 20 minus x divided by the range for that particular line. So range now over here is 20 minus 10. It should be 10. It has to be equal to what? Y. And see whatever amplitude is over there is here, it's 1, so no need to multiply by 1. So by this way you can write the equation. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's go to the second section. So this is second is what? A rectangle. This rectangle is from 1 to 3. 1, 2, 3. So 2 units are there, 1 and 2. And what is height? Height is 0.3. So its area will be what? Base into height. Okay. So 2 unit multiplied by 0.3. That will be its area. And how to determine the x bar? So I told you for rectangle, what we can do, we can find out the middle point. So let's try to find out the middle point, this middle point. So obviously it's 2 unit is there. So middle point will be 1 unit. Okay. 1 unit will be the middle point. Now let's try to find out what is the distance for this particular point from the origin. So from the origin, this point is 1 unit and this point is 1 more unit. So 2 units. So it's x bar is what? 2. X bar is 2. So what you can do, you can multiply ax bar. So it's 2.6 multiplied by, oh, somewhere I made mistake. Let me check the points. It's 1, 2, 2, 2 to 3. 2 units are there. And this is 1. So it should be 2. Why it's 2.3?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. So Mukesh here. So, sir, I'm just having a doubt.
Yeah, Mukesh.
Yeah, so I'm just having a doubt that the second point we calculated, was it 4.5, 0.5? Because I'm getting as 5.5, 0.5.
5.5, 0.5.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
It's 5.5.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, sir.
Yeah, it's
Thanks.
5.5. Hmm.
Thanks.
Okay. Two 2.6 multiplied by 0.3. 2.6 multiplied by 0.3. I think in this marking some problem is there, because if you see in the diagram 2.6, okay, so it's considered till here.
Sir, it is
Okay.
3.6
Understood now.
minus, yeah,
Ah,
3.6 minus
yeah.
1.
Yeah, I understood. This margin is still here. Okay, now I understood. So after 3 there is a 0.6. Okay, after 3 there is a 0.6. So now if we want to determine, this is 1 unit, this is 2 unit, and then this is 0.6. So actually it's 2.6 unit total is there, right? So if total is 2.6 unit is there, how we can calculate the middle point? 2.6 divided by 2. So 2.6 divided by 2 will be what? 1.3. And 1.3, what is the from the origin distance? So from the origin, this point is 1 unit. Okay. And from 1, this is 1.3. Okay. So total will be 1 plus 1.3, 2.3. So the x bar will be 2.3. I hope you are understanding how I am calculating this x bar. we have to find out the middle point of that rectangle from the origin. So first of all, we should determine what is the middle point of that, okay? And then just try to find out what is distance from the origin. So that will be your x bar. So this rectangle is actually, the second figure is from this particular boundary, from this boundary till this boundary, okay? This is the entire figure, is the rectangle. I was considering till here, that's why I was getting wrong. So it's till here. So all of you must have drawn from this particular point to below for this shape for the second. Yeah, now you can see it clearly. So this is a small triangle over here from this point, because its intersection point is what, 3.6 comma 0.3. So from that 3.6, this is the point. So it is drawn like this. So this is the entire rectangle is considered. Now to determine the middle point for this particular rectangle, first of all, we should know what is the total length of this particular rectangle. So let's consider the total length. This is as 1 unit, this is second unit, and after 3 there is a 0.6. So total 2.6 is the length. So what we will do to calculate the middle point, 2.6 divided by 2. So it will become what, 1.3. Now 1.3, so from the rectangle is starting from this particular point, right? So the middle point is from this point, 1.3. From origin, how much it is? So from the origin, this distance is what, 1 unit. So total will be 2.3. And the area will be what? Yeah, any doubt?
So can you please explain it again? I did not understand.
Okay. So what I can do, just a minute. Okay. So just see here, this rectangle, I want to find out the second figure, okay? This second figure is from this point, okay, till this particular point, okay, till this point. So till here, from this particular point, how much is the distance? So this is 1 unit, this is 2 unit, and this point is from 3, it's 0.6. This is 0.6. This is 0.6. So total will be how much? It's 1 unit, 2 unit, 2.6. The total is 2.6. Now, if I want to determine what is the middle point for this particular rectangle, the middle point will be what, divided by 2. So this will be what, 1.3. This is 1.3. Now, 1.3 is the middle point for this particular rectangle, but this 1.3 is how much far? That point is how much? For example, this 1.6 might be over here. Okay. Now, this 1.6, this point is from the origin, how far it is situated. So I have to calculate from the origin. So from this particular point, it's 1.6. From the origin, it's again one more unit is there. So from the origin, it's what? 1.3. This is a 1.3 total. So from the origin, it will be what? 2.3. Because we will add this particular unit also. So this will be what? 2.3. So this point, the x bar point is what? 2.3. Now you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So calculate the area for rectangle and calculate the x bar and then multiply it. So if we do, yeah. So if you do this, you will get something like 1.794, right? Then let's consider the third figure. Third figure, let's see what it is. So third is this small rectangle. Let me go over here. This one. So this is a small, this rectangle. Now I have to check, this is 1 unit only, okay, this is 1 unit, so 1 unit length. And what is this height? This is it's 0.3, so total is 0.3. So obviously the area will be what, 1 into 0.3, area will be what, 1 into 0.3, that means 0.3. Now let's calculate what will be the middle point for this particular. So it's 1 unit, so middle point will be what, 0.5, right? So from 4 it is 0.5, but from 0 how much it is? So this is 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, this 4, so it will be what, 4.5. So 4.5. And area is what, area we have already calculated this is what, 0.3. So multiply both and you will get AX bar. So 3.8, let me check figure again. Okay, it's not 1 unit, okay. So it's from 0.6, that means it's from 3.6 to 4. This length is not 1 unit, I'm sorry, this length is from 3.6, from 3.6 to 4. So that means this, how much it is? It is 0.4, okay, because 4 minus 3.6, so this will be only 0.4. So the length is 0.4 and the height is 0.3. So the area will be 0.4 multiplied by 0.3. Okay, so if this is 0.4, this is 0.4, so divide by 2, so that will become 0.2. 0.2 will be the middle point, but from 3.6, this 0.2 if you add, this will become what, 3.8. Okay, 3.8. So whether 3.8 is correct? Yeah, 3.8 is correct. So 0.12 multiplied by 3.8 and you will get 0.456. Just check it whether you are able to calculate this. This is not entire 1 unit, it's from 3.6 to 4. This rectangle is from 3.6 to 4. So what is the total length? Total length will be 4 minus 3.6, that means 0.4 unit only. 0.4. Now if I want to find out the middle of this 0.4, this will be 0.2. Okay, half of this, so 0.2. But from 3.6, if you add 0.2, this will be 3.8. So at 3.8, that X bar is there. At 3.8, X bar is there. And to calculate the area, you can just multiply this 0.4 multiplied by this height 0.3. Whether all of you got this? Or any doubt is there,
Yes,
you can
sir.
ask me. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's why many times I try to finish on the same day, because I know inputs figure भी ध्यान में रहता है तो points याद रहता है, otherwise इधर उधर थोड़ा सा हो जाता है. Anyway, so now let's see the fourth diagram, this one. So the fourth diagram, if you see the point, this point is, we have determined, this is what, it's a 3.6, must be 3.6 and 0.3. So 3.6 and 0.3. And this point will be what? This point is 4.3, 4 comma 0.3. And the above point is what? It's 4 comma 0.5, 4 comma 0.5. So first of all, determine the area. So how to determine the area? Now we know the length is what? Only 0.4, because from this particular point to this point, so length is only 0.4. So 1 by 2 multiplied by 0.4, that is the base, multiplied by, let's see the height. Height is what? It's 0.5 minus 0.3. 0.5 minus 0.3. Okay, because this line is 0.3 and this line is 0.5. So 0.5 minus 0.3, it will be what? 0.2. Right? So you can calculate the area, 1 by 2 into 0.4 into 0.2. And then to determine the x bar, what you can do, if we have the 3 points, you can just calculate x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 2, divided by 3, sorry, and you can get the point. This 3.6 plus this one is 4 plus 4 divided by 3. Just calculate. So you will get 3.8667, something like this, and then multiply area versus that x bar. After that, the next figure is what? Fifth one. Fifth one means this rectangle. So this rectangle is, yeah, so it's from 4 to 5. The length is 4 to 5, 1 unit, and the height is 0.5. Okay, so 1 multiplied by 0.5, the area will be 0.5. And then what is the middle point of this one? It will be 4.5, because the 1 unit 0.5. The total length is what? 4.5. It's coming 4.75. So again, the margin is not proper. So this rectangle is not up to 6. This is up to, this is not up to 6. Just check it.
Sir, it is up to 5.5, right? The rectangle starts at 4 and ends at 5.5.
Okay. So this is starting from 4. This is 3.6 to 4, and this is 5.5, right? 5 is
Yes,
somewhere
sir.
here. Okay. So this is 5.5. This point is 5.5. Because intersection point we have determined, and that point is this one, I think. Okay. So this point is 0.5. Let me check the PDF. Yeah. So this rectangle is considered, but it is marked in this over here. So some mistake is there, I think, because this section they consider as 6 and this one as 5. So you calculate according to you. If you mark till over here, this as a 5, then you can calculate for this one. I don't know what exact will come over there. And if you marked till this particular point, then calculate according to that. It's up to you how you have divided. If you divided this the entire rectangle into one only, so no need to consider 5 and 6 to double, or you can only consider as one single rectangle from this point till this point. I don't know how the division is there. Just check it. All of you, according to you, you can just divide this area. Whether if you want, you can just put one single area. No need to put two area, because both the shapes I am seeing as a rectangle only. So you can just combine this. I mean, you can just keep as a one area only, entire rectangle, this one. And then this one bigger rectangle, and then the last one will be the triangle. So no need to divide this one as a separate rectangle. Just check it. So you can combine. If you are having two rectangle like this, just combine. You just make it one shape only and directly calculate. So this will be from, let's say, 4 to 6. Okay, this will be from 4 to 6. So 2 units are there, and 2 multiplied by the height will be 0.5. That will be the area, and 2 ka half is 1, right? So from 4, it will be 5. X bar will be 5. What you all are getting in shape, it's perfect rectangle only, na? This one.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
so we can combine both of them so that
Okay, so you can, yeah, please combine.
yes, a step will be reduced by that way.
Yeah. And then finally take this one, this shape, rectangle. So it's 1 unit only, and the length is also, I mean, the height is also 1. So 1 multiplied 1. So 1 will be the area, and its half will be the x bar. So it's 6.5. From 0, it's 6.5. So x bar is 6.5. And then the last one is a rectangle. So you can calculate first area 1 by 2 multiplied by this 1 unit multiplied by this 1 unit height. So 1 by 2 into 1 into 1. So 0.5. And then the half of, not half, because this is a triangle. So you need to determine all the 3 points. So the first point, this one will be what, 7 comma 0. The second point, this one is what, 8 comma 0. And this, the upper point will be what, it will be 7 comma 1. Okay, this x-axis, and the y-axis is what, 1. So 7 comma 1. So any point lying on x-axis, y coordinate will be 0. Okay, this point is on x-axis, so y coordinate will be 0, 8 comma 0. Okay. So for 8th and 9th, I'll be having 8th 1 into 1, 6.5, answer 6.5. 9th one is 1 by 2 into 1 into 1.5, and it's 7.33. 7.33. Okay, yeah. I mean, once we'll take the centroid, so 7 plus 8 plus 7. Okay, so it's 22 divided by 3. Yeah, 22 divided by 3, so 3 7 is 21. Okay, so 7.33, right? So 7.33 will be the x bar. So just multiply this, you will get this one. Then finally sum this particular entire column. Okay, calculate sigma of ax bar and calculate sigma of area. So just add for this second column and this column, get the answer. And then what will be your x star? X star will be sigma ax bar divided by sigma a. You can just divide and you can calculate your own answer. This answer will not be correct.
So it is correct.
It's correct.
Yeah, I'm
So
getting
if it's correct, then I think.
So the eighth one,
Okay.
sir, the eighth one, it should be 2 into 1, right? The area. How is it 1 into 1? The eighth rectangle.
So the eighth is base is what, 1, and height is what, 1, right?
Acha,
This
it's going till
rectangle,
7.
eighth one is a bigger rectangle,
Yes, sir. Sir, I
6 to
thought,
7, right? 6 to
yes, sir.
7, and height.
I thought the
Yeah.
slope was going till 9.
Okay. So all of you, today is practical, right? So I will put this attendance in the practical, okay? And last week also I took one extra lecture, so that day was, I mean, Thursday. That attendance I'll put in the practical only. Clear, all of you? So it should be the understanding between you and me. Whatever on the practical day I'll be taking, that I'll put inside the practical, even if I'm taking the lecture. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. And after 15th I'll be busy little bit, but I'll try to adjust my lecture here and there, because this 2019-20 batch exam I have to conduct, because I was a class teacher, right? So that entire burden is there. All the exams, viva, practical, everything needs to be conducted properly. So I'll inform time to time if anything is there. Okay. So from 15 onwards, that thing will be there. So this batch, 2019-20 batch, will forever, they will remember. Not only they, all the batches, okay? Because this is a golden chance for everybody to clear all the KTs and everything.
So how are you conducting all the vivas and everything?
So everything will be online only. Online we will be
Even
conducting.
the final year written paper will be online.
It will not be written theory exam. It will be MCQs type
Okay,
final
sir.
paper. Yeah,
Even the university paper as well.
yeah.
Okay, sir.
So till 15 to 30th September, we have to finish all the internal thing. And for example, their test 2 was also not conducted. So that also. And then there all the Vivas, practicals, project Viva, everything we will conduct till 30th September. Then from 1st October to 17th October, the exam dates are there. I mean, the theory exam. So at that time, MCQs will be conducted.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, in all of this, if any of us have a SEM 5 KT, when will that be taken care of?
So all the KT schedule and this final exam schedule will come. And you need to ask to Sanil sir also. Whenever he will get from the university, he will let you know. Okay. So all the KT schedule will come, and everybody, I mean, the KT exam will also be in terms of MCQs only.
So, sir, the currently whatever
Clear?
is come right now that you said is only for the previous
Hmm.
final year students, right? Not for us.
For the 2019 and 20 batch, but for other students, okay, because your KT exam is not conducted, right?
Yes, sir.
Till now, nobody's KT exam is conducted. Yeah. So I think for you all, people will also be there for the KT exam. This thing will be there, online exam.
Okay, so sir, but
Okay. So all the regular exam. Hmm.
so sir, like I was
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
so we are not giving the KTs with this batch, right? 1920 batch. For us, they'll tell separately, right?
They will give you the schedule, timetable.
Okay, so that's what, because I just wanted to know that the timetables currently that has come and you were saying were only for the previous batch, not nothing has been told
That is
about
for
us,
B.
right?
That is for B.
Yeah, no, the university has not given any instructions for the B batch of 2021, right?
Yeah, they have told about the backlog, and many students are, I mean, two students are there, let's say for the computer department. Two students are having the backlog of 7 semester, and one student is there who is having the backlog of 6 semester. So I just clarified on that particular thing that what I supposed to do if the KTs are there. So they told that for the KT, what you can do, you can take the MCQs between this till 30th September. Okay. But as far as I am thinking that what about the other students, those who are having the KT? So I think yours also will come in the same way. So what you can do when the BE ka KT exam will be there or any information will come, I can also inform you, or you can also ask the Salil sir, right? If other semester KT exams, what about them? Because if the sixth semester KT exam I can take, then obviously the fifth semester and all will can also be taken.
Yes,
So
sir,
just
because a few of us were concerned of the fifth semester. Because the sixth semester,
right.
our sixth semester, there is technically no KT exam because all of us have cleared it. So the fifth semester, a few of
Okay.
us had a backlog. So we were a little
Okay.
confused about that. So, okay, sir, if Salil sir tells you anything, please let us even know, sir.
Right, right. Good, you told me. So this thing will be there in my mind. So if I'll get any information regarding this, I'll just pass on. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. So x star you can calculate like this. Then the second method was center of sum method. So in the center of sum method, we directly see the input figure and we can apply the formulas. So for example, the first figure is this one, right? First figure is this one. So what we can do, we can simply calculate what the area multiplied by x bar. Area multiplied by x bar. So if you see this particular figure, what will be the area? So area for the parallelogram is what? It's 1 by 2 into height, okay, into multiplied by the sum of the parallel lines. If you see the sum of the parallel lines will be what which two lines are parallel, this one and this one. What is the length for this particular line is 1 unit, 2 unit, 3, 4, 5. So total 5 plus. And what is the length for this particular? It's from 1 to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 5 plus 3, 8. Okay. And multiplied by what is the height? Height is what? 0.3. So multiplied by that into 1 by 2 into what will be the x bar? X bar will be the middle point of this parallelogram. So total is what? 0 to 5 divided by 2. So it will be 2.5. So the first figure, if you try to calculate, it's 1 by 2 into 0.3, which is the height. 3 plus 5, that is what? It's sum of the parallel lines into 2.5. 2.5 is its x bar. So this we have calculated a into x bar plus. Let's see the second figure. The second figure is this parallelogram, and its base is what? From 3 to 7. So 1 unit, 2, 3, 4. 4 unit, and it's this particular parallel line is what? 2 unit, 1 and 2, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2, 6, right? 4 plus 2, 6, multiplied by height is what? 0.5 multiplied by 1 by 2 into what will be the x bar? So 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 2, 2, right? So x bar will be 5. Okay, from the origin it's 5. X bar is 5. So if we try to calculate, so 1 by 2 into 0.5 into 4 plus 2 into 5. 4 plus 2. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 plus 2. Similarly, determine for the third shape. So the third shape is what? This one. So it's total parallel lines. Parallel, this one is there, that is 1 unit, and this line is there 1, 2, 3. So 1 plus 3, that is 4, multiplied by 1 by 2 multiplied by what is the height? Height is also 1. Okay, so 1 by 2 multiplied by this 3 3 plus 1, that is 4, multiplied by the height is what? 1.0 into x bar. X bar will be what? So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 divided by 2, 1.5. So from 5 it's 1.5. and from origin, so just take from the origin, so it will be 6.5 multiplied by 6.5. Okay, multiplied by 6.5, 1 by 2 into 1 plus 3 plus 1 into 6.5 divided by all this area ka summation which we have calculated. So 1 by 2 into 0.3 into 3 plus 5 plus 1. Just ignore the x bar and get the answer. If you see between both the methods, little bit differences are there. That's it.
Sir, can you explain it once again?
Okay, so in center of sums method, what we do, we directly look at the input figures. Okay, we don't concentrate on this output figure. We don't make only. We directly do what? We directly see the input figure. We calculate their areas and multiply by their x bar. That's it, and do the summation. So in the numerator, we do what? Ax bar for all the figures and their summation. So for example, this is the first figure. So what is the area for this particular parallelogram? Parallelogram area formula is 1 by 2 into height into sum of the parallel lines. So if you see here, the sum height is what, 0.3. So it's 1 by 2 into 0.3 into sum of the parallel lines. So this one is the parallel line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unit plus, and the second parallel line is this one. So 1, 2, 3. So 5 plus 3, 8. Okay. So 1 by 2 into 0.3 into 8. That will be the formula. That will be the area formula multiplied by what will be the x bar. So x bar will be the middle point for this particular parallelogram. So the total length is what, 5. So 2.5 will be what? It's x bar. So multiplied by x bar. Plus, similarly, plus calculate the area for this one and multiplied by x bar. Plus calculate the area for this figure and multiplied by x bar. Divided by summation of all the three areas. So that will be the answer. Whether you understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, got it. Thank you.
Okay. What about answer? How much answer you got?
5.
All of you getting the same answer? 5. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I wonder every time in every batch that suggests me different answer. Okay. So in the last batch might be the answer will be different. In this particular batch, it's matching with this particular PDF. So one thing I know that from so many years, my answers are not proper. So this I was aware. So in this batch, this is coming same, because if you see here, there was a mistake in this particular also, the figure also. Despite of that, the answer is matching. So I think the answer is calculated properly, this one. Okay. So this is how we completed, let's say, almost 90% of your fuzzy part. Okay. Only one thing is remaining now, that is a controller design. And that is also 10 marks problem. And earlier they used to ask for 20 marks. So can you imagine this kind of syllabus was there for fuzzy logic part? There were only two parts, fuzzy logic and neural network. Okay, initially in the soft computing syllabus. And then in that also these kind of problem never used to come, like centroid and center of sums. Only the initial fuzzy sets operation and relation problem that used to come, and then this one alpha cut, and then members of fuzzy functions, okay, like support, core and all to determine. and then model the fuzzy set. So these were the important question, and one question was compulsory. I mean, it was a 100% sure question for 20 marks. That is a controller design, and all the students, they were, they used to practice so much that in 5 minutes, within 5 minutes, they used to complete all the steps of controller design. So out of two problem, there is to one problem always there. Now they have reduced that 20 marks problem to 10 marks problem. Okay, because they have combined this artificial intelligence syllabus also. But the idea is definitely one problem will be there. Okay, more highly chances are there. So, but I don't want to start that design problem today. So we'll finish on this only. And if you are having any doubt in this thing, you can ask me, but don't miss that lecture and the controller problem. So till here, if you are having any doubt, you can ask me. So after finishing that controller design, we will finish our fuzzy part. Then that first test will be there. Okay, and for first test, I'll be keeping all this fuzzy part, entire fuzzy part. Clear? And then after the first test, then I will take the neural network part and AI part. And we'll see till second test how much portion is getting over. Because in neural network also, so many things are there.
So can you tell us how you're planning to set the paper, or how many questions will be there?
Okay, so for the paper, we have to conduct for 20 marks. Clear? So what I'm planning that I will keep 20 question only for 20 marks, one mark question, right? And that will be for 1 hour. 1 hour is for objective type question is sufficient. But see what I'll do, a little bit problem I will put in there. For example, determine the alpha cut. Okay, so that you will solve over there, and it will consume little bit time. Otherwise, 20 mark question you can finish in 15 minutes only. Clear? But yeah, I mean, nobody can stop you, because you all are students. You are very smart. You have the mobile phones and everything. Your groups are created. So, but what I'll try to do, everybody should get some different question that I can do, but maybe not all the question will be different. That depends on how much is the question bank, and from that how you are selecting the random question. That's it. So, and we'll try to see if we may get the extension also. I mean, we can from our side, if we want to make it strict, then we can do, so that nobody can switch the tab also. But all these things will not be able to stop you, because you can always have the mobile phone. Okay, and the groups are there, so if any question is matching, you can always discuss the answer. So obviously in this particular online thing, we cannot make so hard and fast. Clear, all of you?
Yes, sir. So question banks will be provided, right?
Question bank, yeah. Question bank I'll be giving you. Okay, I'm making the question bank. I'll give you in 1 or 2 days.
And the question bank will also be like MCQ type or theory?
Question bank, we have the liberty to set like a questions only, like the theory paper question. Okay, so you may get the question of the objective type also, plus most of the people will give you in terms of theory question only, so that you can study, and then you can if you'll study those questions, then you'll be able to mark over there.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Anything else? All of you submit your abstract to your guide. Okay, and synopsis you have to make. So all of you start making the synopsis and submit to your guide. Ask them how to make the synopsis, and both this thing. One thing I see what happened. There is a university document, and they have given the proper margins and everything, right, for the project report. until last year we used to make the project report in, I mean, the doc file only. And if you ask me the doc file, everything I know, the margins and everything, I mean, how to, even we can give you the black book and you can make it, but that thing we have to make in the LaTeX. So by just reading the instruction, and if 6-7 people come out, and we can set for our department a common LaTeX architecture document, so that everybody can utilize the same thing and nobody will have to later again have to make the same file again and again. So if 7-8 people can come out, and by just reading at the document, if you all can set, because you all now know the LaTeX thing, so just you can fix the outer layout, so that everybody can just enter the text and everything, it will be automatically taken. Because from our department only we have to set, and we have to make our own this project report. Clear? So I want that 6-7 people can come out. You can make that team of 5-6 people. That's it. And it's only it will not take much time, 1 or 2 days. That's it. And we can set for our department. Now I'm very busy in B, and also it will take time for me. Clear? So all of, I mean, 4-5 people you can come, and then you can just set for our department, and it will be remembered that your name will always be there. I will always take your name, that these people who made this architecture. And I can give you that the margin. Okay, so what should be the top margin, what should be the left margin, right margin, all those instructions are given. So based on that, we have to make that project report template. That's it. Template I want. So Mandar.
Sir.
Mandar, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So it's up to you. I mean, if 4-5 people are interested, they can come, right? And then we can decide, and we can make so that template will be useful to all, not only for your batch. Whichever batch will come. Even for the SE student also, will going to use the same template. So why not we only will set, in spite of seeing here and there. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So that's it. We'll meet tomorrow, and then we'll see. Okay.
Those who are interested, please DM your name to me, so
Yeah,
that I can
please
forward
give
it
your
to
name to. Yeah, please give your names to Mandar, and it's, I mean, nothing is there in that. I mean, you can contribute in that. That's it. And it will be helpful to all. Because otherwise, everybody will have to make that LaTeX document. Everybody have to make compulsorily. And then if that, I mean, this template is not there, then you will have to write the code separately. So that is not advisable. Just make one template, and let's it is used by all the students. That's it. Okay, Manda, then let's terminate this, and send the attendance to me later. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
bye. Thank
Thank you,
bye.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.